Morning, everyone. It's 8:37 on this first day of August. I hate that the summer is almost over, um, but this is your pre-opening comment, and it is video number 1387 this morning. Asia and Europe are mixed to slightly higher in Europe, and markets are actually a bit lower. There's not a lot of new information around, so I'm just going to tell you what is here. On semiconductor, reports a beat. The stock traded first up to 68.79 and then down to 61.59. The last is 62.75. That's down about 4. Um, the only thing that I can say after looking at the numbers, which actually look pretty good with decent guidance, is that the stock is up from 45 to this high in the highs end of the 60s since the beginning of June. So it's been a straight move up. And so there's a little bit of give back today. Neil Kashkari, member of the Fed, big mouth guy who loves to listen to his own voice. And he says that the Fed's move on inflation will continue and that we're nowhere near decent inflation numbers. So he thinks it's going to be a little bit longer and more extreme than the market has been telling you the last couple of days. Great news for Boeing, no strike on one hand, and on the other hand, the FAA seemingly approving 787 deliveries. Boeing is up 8, even though the Dow is down 65. Boeing at up 8 is up about um, 65. So the market would look a little bit weaker without the Boeing news. The White House trotting out one of their looks like an intern members of the NEA talking about how great the Inflation Reduction Act is, as opposed to everybody else who's not attached to the White House coming out and saying the only inflation reduction part of this act is in the name. I mentioned that last week. It seems to be becoming pervasive. Nancy Pelosi, evidently in Singapore. Nobody knows whether she's going to Taiwan. Um, my thought on this? Simple. Let's find somebody that the Chinese are holding and exchange her. Leave her out there. And a new symbol that's not yet on my charting system and looks like it was maybe a recent IPO. MGAM, Global Esports. There are a couple of globals. This one is Global Esport. The high today is 1969. The last is 1560, and that's up 40%, 441. So I'll be back to you when there's more information on it, but I just happened to pick it up off the tape. Okay, grains are down across the board. Um, Oil down 219, has been a little bit lower down to this 93 and change. This is right into the heart of the support that we've been pointing out repeatedly. Low on the day 94.82. Last is 96.43, and that is down 219. Not down a whole heck of a lot is the heating oil, down 2.5 cents, gas down 4 cents. I'm going to point out the nat gas because after its nice reversal last week and the move up to 941, challenging the old recovery high at 966. We came down. We are right on the 23.6 fib retracement number, also into an area where there's some support. I'd really like to see it, at the low end of today's range, around the 780 area. And I would think about maybe trading either Boyle or UNG. Um, Gold and silver both higher today. Gold continuing up 1791. If you saw last night's letter, you saw that it looked to me like we were going to be 1820. Silver up another 21 cents, which is outpacing the gold a bit. Copper is up 1.6 cents. Platinum is up 20. Palladium is up 60. The reason that I'm pointing out the rest of these that nobody is really interested in trading is because when the precious metals complex moves as a group, you are much more likely to see, the metals trending. In the past couple of weeks, we've had, gold down, silver up, copper down. It's been a real mishmash there, but not today. Today they're all higher. The cattle and stuff are not open. Cotton down 233, coffee up 385. These are kind of interesting. The cotton has had a huge bull market. It's traditionally a 60 to 70 cent commodity. It's been dramatically higher. It's been well over $1. In fact, the high is $1.55, $1.56, and we've come all the way back down to a low of 82.54. So we're down a little, but we seem to be consolidating. I would look for a move into maybe the 92 area before getting excited about the possibility of trading. And that one trades an ETF, BALE, BALE. Coffee is fighting like mad to stay up here. I don't know whether it's going to succeed or not. As you can see on this chart, it's been to this area a bunch of times since it broke to the downside. A little bit higher high today than last week's high on Thursday of 221.40. High here is 222 and change. I just see this as having some trouble and, maybe going to come back down and test 205. The stock indexes, as I said, are all lower, down 16 in the S&P. The Dow is showing down 67, and the NASDAQ is showing down 36. For the open, the dollar is down, Bitcoin, Ethereum, both down, and the bonds giving it back up again, down to an area of support, down a point. This has been a big breakout across this 140, 140, let's say 142 area. Even though it's down a point and has a much lower high, it is still an inside day, and we'll have to see how that one shakes out. All right, everyone, have a good day.